So in this video, we're back with our practice A to Z, and we're going to cover 4 areas for it. So we're going to kick off with K for KPIs. Now, you hear a lot of this banded around, Matthew. What are they on about with KPIs?
I think the easiest way as a clinician to think of KPIs is basically a financial audit or a process audit, if you think of it along those kind of lines, rather than a clinical audit. And it just means that basically, is what you are aiming to do actually happening and affecting the outcome that you want it to have, i.e. is it worthwhile doing? So if you look at different products or services that you're offering within your clinic, how much you put effort you're putting in to market that product, and who is it actually working, people buying it, and actually are you delivering it, and are they reviewing it and saying it's good? So that's a KPI kind of process, is looking at what you're doing, how effective it is, and can you change anything and make it better or improve it, or offer something completely different because it wasn't working at all. KPIs.
Makes perfect sense, which leading us nicely to L for location. Now, I know obviously we get a lot of comments and a lot of questions about whether it's online or in person. Go on, shoot with that one. I think as well we need to talk about geography as well, about where you're physically going to be.
It honestly, it depends. It depends what kind of business you're looking for. If you're looking for doing a telehealth kind of offering, then that may well be something that you don't need an actual physical location for. You still need your CQC registration, you still need to be regulated, you still need your ICO and all that kind of stuff. But you can actually offer it to the whole of wherever you're looking for, be that the UK or beyond. If you're looking at a physical premises and actually offering in-person appointments, then that's going to potentially be something to think about in terms of where you actually locate that, and having a bit of time to think about how are patients actually going to get to your clinic. Do you need parking? Do you need train lines? Do you have bus routes? How are people actually going to get to your clinic is a big thing to think about in terms of actually how many patients can potentially come. So thinking about where you actually place it makes sense, and it is worth thinking about before you start. Sometimes the most obvious things are not always the ones that actually work. We've talked about that before. I have a clinic in the city centre, and it allows a lot of people to access my clinic from lots of places, which they do. So that's why I do that.
That makes perfect sense. So M for manager. So do you need a manager? What do you reckon?
I don't have a manager.
Okay.
No. And I don't really need one, because a lot of technology can take that away. We talked about the electronic health records. A lot of patient booking and appointments and payments can all be done online, electronically, and automatically. So I don't need a manager. If I had multiple people working in the clinic, if I had multiple clinics, then I would start thinking about, do I need a manager? But you might want to start with a virtual assistant instead of a manager, somebody who can maybe just help you deal with calls and things when you're not available to. So there are ways to get around having a physical person. The same is true for having somebody who types your notes. You can use AI to transcribe your notes. So there are ways you can use technology to almost replace these people, but at the start that's quite helpful because it reduces your costs.
Makes sense. And I know certainly we've got the same team of virtual assistants that help DocSport that's helped you with Glasgow Ear Clinic, and they've been invaluable. Just to have someone else they've helped other people, so they're quite often useful just to share ideas and what's worked, what's not worked. Which again, sort of in terms of sharing ideas, brings on for N for networking, which is an amazing one to do. So where do you mainly network?
Everywhere.
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 You'll see Matthew everywhere.
Hi. No, I think it's not a one track thing, right? So you can't just say, oh, I do this at a big meeting or networking meeting, or we're going to the GP conference down in Wales.
Yes.
That's a networking opportunity, but it's not the only one that I would take advantage of. It's online. It's through places like LinkedIn, through YouTube. It's through going out to other businesses and actually saying, I exist. Can I help people that you serve? I did that with private audiologists local to me when I started, because that made sense for my clinic. But there will be lots of other examples relative to everyone else's clinic. So you can think about how you want to do it. If you want to offer corporate deals for big companies and they want to have annual health checks for their staff, go and speak to them. If you don't speak to them, they don't know. That's networking. So it can be in person, online, it can be opportunistic, it can be very deliberate. Either way, if people don't know you exist, they're not coming to see you.
Absolutely. Get out of your office or get out of your room and go and speak to these people. So we're going to end it there for this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, as we've got a bucket load of our A to Z guides. What have we missed? Like, is there a different alphabet that you want sort of expanding on, or that you think is better than what we've got? Drop a comment below and we'll make sure we'll pick it up. We might get a special episode just for you.